This is Thump. He's 4 years old. He arrived yesterday, and it's not the owner's fault, but he's not in particularly wonderful condition. As you can see, his hind legs are very, very weak. Now, I'm not sure whether it's because he's maybe been confined, but I know the owner did say that he was allowed out to hop around in the utility room. So on the basis that is the case, his hind leg weakness is probably due to something else. He's obviously been treated for echiniculi, because that's the obvious thing to suspect. And we'll just have to see how he goes. He seems quite depressed at the minute, and I thought, well, nice sunny day, we'll get him out and let him have a run around. I've got him on antibiotics as well, just in case we're dealing with some kind of ongoing infection. The yellow staining you can see is clearly urine staining, but I can certainly vouch for the fact he's not leaking urine, so I'm not sure what's been going on. But you can certainly see there he's quite yellow at the back, but he's absolutely bone dry, so very difficult to tell. So he's only just in. He's due to be neutered on the 18th of February. Today is the 8th. So we've got 10 days to get him up to speed, as it were, to be able to go through the operation. And then once he's neutered, we'll then be looking to place him in a home where he'll be matched with a neutered female. Obviously, I'll need to be happy that he's physically okay to leave. In no way he'll be available until I'm happy with that, but having seen rabbits come in similar to him, and the turnaround that we've managed to achieve with them, where they've got a lot stronger and a lot happier and all the rest of it, I'm hoping we'll do the same with this little chap. He's used to being a house bunny, so everything has been changed for him. The sun's causing a few problems with the filming. That's my shadow, isn't it? See if I can change position. Ah, there we are. That's a bit better. He just seems so sad. I'm starting to wonder if this rabbit is blind. He seems to want to stay by the bars the whole time, so he's sure where he is. He's very heavy-lidded, I'm aware of that, but that's not too unusual in lops. And his eyes certainly to me look normal, but his behaviour is quite bizarre. You can see he's so reluctant to move away from that barrier. I mean, he is behaving like a rabbit who has never been allowed out of a small cage, but from what I gather, that's not the case with this one. But that's how he's behaving. Poor little chap. Never mind Thump, the only way now is up. It's almost like he's nailed by his back end to the floor, isn't it? Of course, he has got some hind leg weakness. That may explain part of that. But there's more to it than that. He's so afraid to move away from the barrier behind him. You can feel that behind him, and he's so reluctant to move away from it. As you'll have gathered, I picked him up and popped him in the middle. But he's promptly turned round and made his way to the barrier again. If his eyesight is bad, that would explain his reluctance even to move around, because he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know if there's any dangers lurking, and that could be why he's so reluctant to hop about freely. You're a bit of a pickle, Thump, aren't you? He is such a sweetheart to hold, though. He sort of snuggles in. He's absolutely lovely. Well, Thump's been out here about half an hour now, and the most movement he's doing is what you've just seen there. He's moving probably a total of about 3 foot, sort of 1.5 feet in either direction, but all along the barrier. He's not moving away from it. He's starting to get a bit curious. He's even half thinking of digging, but it really is a half-hearted effort. They need to be quite good on their hind legs to be able to dig. And of course he hasn't at the moment got the strength. But that's good, he's feeling like digging. There's certainly a possibility, if his eyes are bad, that he's also possibly deaf. I was aware of that yesterday. He didn't seem to react when I came to check on him, and he seemed to jolt with a start when I went to pick him up, almost like he wasn't aware that I was there at all. So it's starting to look like we may have a little deaf and possibly partially sighted bunny with hind leg problems. That's quite a list. Just the sort of bunny I like to work on. Taking a little wash. That's good. His skin is like rhinoceros hide. It is so tough. I've been giving him obviously antibiotics and also ivermectin to make sure he's not carrying any parasites or anything, and the needle is almost bending on his skin. And that's normally a sign that they've had chronic mite problems at some point in the past. He's completely clear of mites, I can see that. There's nothing there now, but I think the owner did mention that he had had mites and he'd also had fleas at some stage. And that's obviously given him that awful leathery skin. I have seen it before in rabbits who've had chronic mite problems. What he has got going for him is his nature. He is so sweet, so gentle. Oh, I see. He stretched forward into unknown territory there. Not for long, but he must be starting to feel a bit more confident. But he's not coming out the way from the barrier, it's along the side. And he is in quite a big pen, as you can see. So there is a lot of edging he could work his way around if he wanted to. But who can blame him if he can't really see where he's going? We have had quite a few blind rabbits in over the years. And to be honest, once they know their environment, it doesn't really make any odds. But even blind rabbits don't behave like this. This is something quite different. Well, I'm going to leave him for a little while now out in the sunshine, and I'll come back again in an hour or so and see how he's doing.